The Qur'an will be given a voice on the day of judgment. It will be speaking with a sound that everybody can hear. And some people will enter paradise, and some people will enter hell because of the book of Allah, the Qur'an. Thus the Messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, as Imam Muslim narrates on the authority of Abu Maalik al-Bahili, he said, recite the Qur'an frequently because it will speak and defend and intercede for people on the day of judgment. Are there any particular chapters of the Qur'an that we must give special attention to? He said, give special attention to the two surahs of the Qur'an, Al-Baqarah and Ali Imran, chapter 2 and chapter 3 of the Qur'an, because they will come on the day of judgment in the form of two clouds, or in the form of two canopies, or in the form of two flocks of birds, and they will be arguing for their people on the day of judgment. They will be arguing on your behalf on the day of standing. The Qur'an will have a voice, dear brothers and sisters. This is a lawyer that every one of us can hire today. In the life of this world, we may not have the finances needed to hire the best of lawyers. As for the Qur'an, every Muslim is able to hire that book, i.e. to defend you on the day of judgment. Thus Abu Hurairah, the companion, would say, as Imam al-Darimi narrates in his Sunan, Abu Hurairah, the companion, he said, recite the Qur'an because it is the best intercessor on the day of judgment. He said, the Qur'an will speak and it will say to Allah on the day of judgment, the Qur'an will say, oh Allah, imagine you standing and in front of you is the book of Allah, defending you and arguing your case, pleading with Allah to allow you to enter Jannah. The Qur'an will say, oh Allah, beautify him with the beauty of honor. So Allah will beautify you with the beauty of honor. Then the Qur'an will say, oh Allah, allow him to wear the garments of honor. So Allah will dress you with the garments of honor. Then the Qur'an will say, oh Allah, place on his head the crown of honor. So Allah will place on his head the crown of honor. Then the Qur'an will say, oh Allah, be pleased with him. Oh Allah, accept him, because this is the greatest ambition of any human being.